So just have that confidence in yourself as far as being able to know that, hey, if you really apply yourself, you really couldn't land a job. Like,
Mm.
seriously.
And so you did one of the hardest things you can do, and that's get out of a comfort zone.
You got nothing to lose. And one thing I would say, one tip to you guys out there is
Heads up, y'all, this episode is crazy. Dejan signed up to work with me one-on-one to get into tech sales. And within a few hours, he reached back out and said, hey, Jack, I need a refund. I don't think this is for me. I don't think this is going to work. And I need my money back. And I ended up talking to him and said, Dejan, if you can give me 1 month of hard work, I promise your life will change. And sure enough, within just 33 days, we 2.5x'd his income by helping him land a fully remote tech sales role. So buckle up. This one's interesting, and it'll be a fun one. Enjoy. What were you doing? Like you're doing the medical check posting, I think,
yeah,
right? Or
yeah, medical transporter. Yep.
transporter. Okay, so tell me all about that. Like, why was that not the move for you?
Well, that was I was working what, 3 to 4 days, but 12-hour shifts,
Okay.
right? And really couldn't do anything when I'm working those days. I couldn't do anything. So that was that. And then the money was not cutting it at all as far as what I needed to do and just being able to live comfortably. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay. And when did tech sales even come on your radar?
So we got in contact. I forget when. I think it was like July when we spoke, or June.
Yeah.
So I'll probably say maybe 3 months before that, maybe. But yeah, I'll probably say the beginning of the year, like when I was really interested in tech,
Yeah.
because I had a friend that actually told me about it. But then when I got in contact with you, that was in June.
Okay. And we connected through, was it Instagram?
Instagram, yep.
Okay, so your buddy told you about tech. You're like,
Yep,
that sounds cool. And then
exactly.
I imagine one of my videos popped up on Instagram.
That's exactly what happened. After he said that, I was starting to do my own research on different things. I'm like, man, this actually do look cool. And then came across you, and that was definitely all God for real.
Yeah, man. He was in this whole entire process, that's for sure.
Seriously.
What about tech seems so cool to you?
Honestly, the ability to get rewarded for my performance,
Mm,
like what I can do, because with medical transport, and I can stay there 14 hours. And that doesn't really change anything as far as I get a little overtime, but it's not. I didn't get rewarded the way that I can get rewarded with tech, and then also just the flexibility as well too. Being able to be home and be wherever, and be able to be close to my family as well too. So
yeah, man, that's life changing. Like one of my heartbeats behind why I do what I do is I want to make men more present providers. And
yeah,
so I know you don't have your own family yet, but you will. And now you're going to be in a career that allows you to be home.
yep, exactly,
That's crazy. And make more money than you were making before. That's for sure.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, okay, so your buddy told you about tech. Did you try to get into tech on your own at all or did you not try till we started connecting?
But yeah, I didn't try it till we started.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you have any like fears or concerns or worries about like getting into tech or even working with me?
Well, I remember when I first got in contact with you, I was like understanding just I was like the fear I did have was if it wasn't gonna work out, honestly. Like I was
Yeah.
your program, I saw 37 days average as far as somebody landing the role. And I was like, man, that's cool for that guy. Hopefully that can work for me. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So that was a big fear for me. Is like, man, it would have really worked for me. And then just being able to really transition into a different career. Because like now I was already comfortable with the medical part, and then I can, go into EMT side and everything like that. But
mhm,
if tech didn't work out, then what I was gonna do, like career wise. So
mm.
that would be the fear I would say for that one.
Okay. And so were you worried at all that you wouldn't like sales and stuff like that?
Not really, not really. Cause sales was something that I was doing before since 17, 18 years old, but understanding that like I didn't have to get familiar with the software that I'm gonna be selling, I would say. So I wasn't necessarily scared with sales. That was something I really like, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. And so your work schedule, I think what, you have 3 days off per week?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days off,
4
but three
days off.
days on. Yeah.
All right. And so when it came to doing a job search, how did you how did you balance all of it? Cuz it's a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
a lot of work. You're always working, especially when you're in the job search. So tell me a little bit about that cuz I think there's people out there that are like, "Dude, I don't have time to do a job search." And I especially don't have a time to do a job search the way you're telling me to do it, Jack, which is to like call managers and send videos and all of that. Like how did you do that?
Well, for me, it was the unproductive time. Like, so with medical transport and me being on the road, if I'm on the road 2 hours away, I have my partner be able to drive and I can apply on the road right there, right? But being able to do that unproductive time instead of me scrolling on my phone, I can be applying to jobs and, going through the program as well too. So I feel like it's everybody has the same 24 hours, but it's more so just what are you really doing with it? So
Mm.
that's what I would say. My hours I was having, I was like, man, I really want to change my career. So I found those pockets of time, what I'll say, those pockets of time that I was able to maximize.
I'm gonna play a video actually. Here, let me pull this up because this is a video you sent me,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I
okay.
just kind of want to watch it together and get your feedback on it now that you're on the other side here. Can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
It says this studying gonna be worth it, and here you are, brother. Like you're in. Where are you in this video?
I think I was in Charlottesville. Yeah, I was in Charlottesville on that one.
Okay, and you're is this what you guys drive around in? Like,
Yeah,
what is
so
this
that's the
car you're
stretcher van.
in?
Yeah, that's a stretcher van that we was in. We just dropped off, or we was going away to pick up a patient. So I was in the
Yeah.
back, and then once we dropped her off, I just stayed back there. That's why nobody's in the stretcher. But yeah, that's me at work
Dude, so you are literally in the van.
in the van
And
in the
and
work.
for those of you that are listening to this through podcast, you're not going to be able to see this image. You have to go watch it on YouTube. But yeah, this is Dejan sitting in his medical van. There's a stretcher. No one's in it, but he's there on his laptop, like clicking through Slack, and he's basically doing the job search through Sword while he's in the van. So
Yep.
Dejan, tell me about that. Like what was it hard to focus, or was it like so worth it when you were doing it? Did you not feel like it was going to be worth it?
Honestly, just off of all the success stories that I've seen, I knew that it was going to be worth. I seen too much, right? I seen too many people succeed in this program.
Mm.
So when I put in that caption, like it's going to be so worth it. I just knew like those were moments that I was going to be able to talk with you now and look back on and really be just thankful for. But it was I wouldn't say it was necessarily tough to really be able to do that on the job. It's more
Yeah.
so because if I wasn't doing that, I'd have been scrolling on my phone or reading the book, right? So being able to do that, like understand, okay, cool. If I do this right here, I know we sat down, we talked like, hey, bro, if you really do this for this amount of time, you can really land a job in this amount of time. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's this weird thing about human psychology where no matter how many times someone tells us you can do something, we don't actually believe it till we do it.
yeah,
And that's normal. That's being human. But, there's people listening right now to this podcast that are like, okay, cool. I'm sure that worked for Dejan because this is what you said, Dejan, about the average, like, oh, 38 days, whatever.
yeah.
That worked for them. But what about me? Now they're going through the same mental loop of like, oh, it worked for Dejan. Or I don't know if it's going to work for me. What do you tell that person?
Keep going. Like, have a real conversation with yourself as far as like if it can work for somebody, for me personally, I'm just a winner of anything. If I see one person do it, I be like, I can do it as well too. So just have that confidence in yourself as far as being able to know that, hey, if you really apply yourself, you really couldn't land a job. Like
Mm,
seriously.
mm. Now, what's funny about this, and I'm going to put you on blast a little bit here, is when you initially signed up, I think I don't know, I got a message from you a couple hours after, maybe it was a day after, and you're like, "Hey, Jack, unfortunately, I think I want a refund. I don't think this is for me." And so, dude, within a couple hours of
Yeah,
signing up, doing the hardest thing, which is putting your money behind where your mouth is,
for
that's
sure.
the hardest part. You got very uncomfortable to the point where you were like, "Hey, man, I want out. Like, can I get a refund?"
Yeah.
Tell me, tell me what was going through your brain during that little stint of time.
I'll say the payments. When I realized like, hey, like I just signed like being able to put myself in a situation that I wasn't comfortable with paying that on a monthly basis, like it was more so just about did I just make a decision that was kind of like impulse, right? Like, did I just do that just talking to Joel about like what's going on and like on the meeting, I sign me up type of thing. And then I got off the meeting. I'm like, man, let me do some thinking. Like, I don't think it's a good time for me because that's what I told you. I was like, hey, Jack. Oh, I told Joel, I was like, hey, man, I'd rather just go save some money first and then get back, right? But that perspective you gave me is amazing. It's amazing.
Break down how you got past that though, because there are so many people that are always waiting for the right time to do something. And if we're being real, there's never a good time to do anything
Exactly.
this hard. So
Nah, exactly. For me, it was I was too broke to be enabled in a situation to like not take the opportunity in front of me. It's like
mm,
or to be scared to do that because for me, I was understanding like, hey, bro, you got nothing to lose, right? You're
mm,
already not where you want to be. And then the conversation I had with Joel was being understand that, hey, that's something I've been saying for a few months now, or maybe a year at that time. Just understand like, hey, I want to change my career. I want to change my career. But now when the opportunity's in front of me, it's like what am I going to do with it? So when I first did, I was like, all right, nah, actually, never mind, I'm good. Let me just go back to medical transporting. And then, well, I was going to end up doing the cycle, right? Going through that cycle. So being able to have that time where I can really, really just break that cycle and now being able to really have a better career, honestly.
quick interruption, y'all. If you need help breaking into tech sales, linked below is an invite to our Breaking into Tech Sales community. In there, you're going to find resume help, LinkedIn help, where to find good jobs to apply to, how to interview, literally everything you could need to go land a great job in tech sales completely free. Go get signed up. Back to the episode. Yeah, so I'll give a spiritual lens for those of you who are Jesus followers, and then I'll give you just the science lens. The science lens is simple. It's like when you look at psychology and you're making these decisions, it's like is is the current situation we're in, is that the problem or is it a symptom of the problem? So for example, like Dejan, you not having the funds to sign up for Sword, is that the problem or is that the symptom of this problem that's been corroding your life for a long time? You don't have the funds. That's exactly what the issue is. And so you're never going to have the funds if you're on the same hamster wheel
Yep.
because you've been on that hamster wheel for whatever, 3 years, 5 years, however long people have been in their current careers. Like that is the symptom of the problem, right?
Yeah.
The spiritual lens is like when in Exodus, when God brought the people out of Egypt, he brought them out of slavery. They get into the wilderness, and in the wilderness, they actually have to trust God to provide because in Egypt, they knew where their meals were coming from. They had people to tell them what their daily schedule was. They didn't have freedom, but they had comfort.
Right.
And so many of us just naturally default to comfort instead of freedom because freedom requires faith. And so when God brought the people out to the wilderness, and they're doing their thing, they started complaining to Moses, like, Moses, why did you bring us out? Like, we want to go back to Egypt. We want to go back to slavery because at least they feed us, at least they clothe us. And out here, we're just having to rely on God. And so you did one of the hardest things you can do, and that's get out of a comfort zone and get out of a cycle. Was it worth it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just being able to know that I actually have a career now that number one, I'm being able to change my, like you said, double my income in what would you say, 33 days?
Mm-hmm.
That right there itself alone is like that's amazing, right? But now being able to understand that I can just win at a higher level in this career as well too.
Mm. That's a good point too. Winning at a higher level because some of you out there listening to this, like, guys, y'all are hard workers. Like I can't imagine your job was easy, Dejan, right? Like I talk to a lot of people who are in trucking, who are in medical stuff. They're in door to door. Like y'all, honestly, you're probably working harder than the average SDR, but you're not winning at a higher level, right? And so you're literally just trading time for money.
Yeah,
And to your point, Dejan, one of the exciting things about tech is that you would actually get rewarded for how hard you were working.
right.
That's something that made me so mad about jobs growing up when I was, a teen. Is like it doesn't matter how well of a job I do, I'm gonna get paid the same.
Yeah,
But sales is different. You get to actually control that income potential. And so for you, man, being an athlete, being a performer, someone who wants to show up and grind, now you're in a spot that's going to reward you for that.
absolutely.
Tell me about like the interview process. What do you think actually helped you crush these interviews, especially being brand new to tech sales?
A few things I would say. Definitely number one is that that mock interview. ChatGPT, the way you set it up, that one for sure. But then two, just being prepared, understanding what you have and the questions that I'm gonna be asked and everything that you told me was gonna happen happened. So I was just applying like really if you go through the program and you really pay attention in detail, you'll be like, okay, everything that he's telling you is gonna it really does happen. And
Mm.
it's to a point that for me what helped me out was just that I'm how I was having interviews before I even had the interview, right? Just being able to really work on myself. And now when I get to game day, I'm already prepared, right?
Mm.
So I was practicing the whole time, but now it's just when that those reps got in. So that's what really helped me is just being able to get those reps in daily and cold calling as well too. I was cold calling hiring managers as well, and for me that just built my confidence up through that because now when I get on an interview, now I know like, hey, sorry about that. Now when I'm on a,
You're good, by the way. You're fine.
you see me?
Yeah, I got you.
I can't see you, but yeah, now when I'm on an interview, it's understand. Oh, cool. Now when I'm on an interview, now I'm understanding that hey, okay, this is I already did everything that I needed to do to prepare for the way I needed to prepare for. So now it's just a matter of it's not when it's not if it's when right. It's
Mm.
when I get to that right opportunity when that door will open up. Then I'll just apply everything that I've been doing the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, because I think for people that don't have feedback on their job search, they struggle to get an interview. They finally get the interview and they try their best, but if they don't move forward, they have no idea why they're not moving forward and they don't have a way to practice. The only way for them to get reps is to get another interview. But then
Yeah,
you're in this same cycle where you get the interview, you blow the interview, you don't know why, so you get another interview and the cycle just repeats. But for
right.
you, you were able to figure out like, oh, cool. If I do these specific things, it's going to work. And then eventually it did. You had a few opportunities that were really heating up before this offer came through.
For sure, for sure. And that was one of those things too that I'm just so thankful for that because those interviews that I was having before the job that I have now is like this job that I have now is actually better than those jobs I was having before with different things that I'm realizing. But
Mhm.
just knowing that, like, just stay the course, stay the course.
I get that question a lot. People land interviews with companies they're not excited about, and they're like,
Yeah,
should I do the interview? Should I not? My answer is always do the interview.
yeah,
Why not? Like, you might as well get some real world application, even if it's a final interview and it's an offer you know you're going to say no to. I have clients do that all the time. I say, yes, go into that interview, do your best, because when that job comes around that you really want, you're going to have the experience of being in a final round interview with a lot of pressure on you. And that's going to help you get the job you actually want.
yeah.
Tell me about how you got the offer. Like what happened and what did it do for you? Like did you freak out? Were you just like cool? Like what actually happened?
I remember this vividly because I was on the job working for medical transporting,
Mhm.
right? So I got a phone call while I'm working, but just I did freak out a little bit because I was like, man, this is really real because I'm like, oh man, I just really got something that I've been working for. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was definitely a blessing for sure. But number two, it was really like it was a shock because I'm like, dang, I really got rewarded for the work that I've been putting in. So
Mm.
yeah, that's what I'll say for that.
Mm. How are you feeling about when's your start date by the way?
Next Monday coming up
Okay. How are
next
you
week.
feeling like 1 week away? What's going
Yeah.
through your head right now?
I'm ready to go, honestly. Like I'm ready to just get my feet in like wet, right? Get my get ready to go and
Jump in the
understand that
pool. Yeah, get the feet
in
wet
the pool,
100%.
that's all it is. But being able to really start winning now, like it's only up from here. So
Mm.
everything that I've been working on with you, it's like I'm just going to apply that. It's not going. That's the thing too. You taught me it's like, hey, bro, once you land the job, you got to keep the job as well too. So understanding that all the work that you're putting in, it's not just to land the job, but it's also to keep the job as well.
Yeah.
So everything that I already been doing throughout this process, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
I
Now
love
I
it,
just
man.
understand what I'm actually, the what I'm selling, but that's not gonna take long at all to really know.
I love it. If you let's say we go back to kind of June, July when you first signed up and you were like, "Yo, can I get a refund?" I want to go back there for a second. If I was able to put you on the phone with yourself right now, what would you tell that version of Dejan? Like for real, like I want you to think about this. Like Dejan's worried, he's concerned, I can't make these payments, I think I made the wrong choice. What would you tell him?
Truthfully, I'll say go on a walk, bro. Slow down and like just slow down because I was moving around. There's a lot of fast pace going on. I was panicking, right? But I'll say go on a walk and relax because at the same time I was moving off of emotion,
Mm,
right? But now just knowing that I'll tell myself, yeah, slow down, but bro, like this is something that you don't want to pass up on, right? Because of what it can lead you to.
mm. Picture you did get the refund. Let's say I was like, because I fought for you. I was like, bro, I know if you show up, we will get you a job. And you just had to take my word for that. And I commend you for trusting me with that. But let's say I had gone the other way and I didn't fight for you and I just said, all right, Dejan, here's your refund piece. Let's say you never like worked through Sword, you never got this opportunity. Realistically, where would you be right now? It's September 29th. We're heading into October. Where would you be right now if you didn't do Sword?
Same spot I was before, medical transporter. Just it would have been the same spot.
Mm, okay. And you'd
Spot
still be in the
only.
mindset of
Yeah.
like,
Say it
I
again.
hope it's gonna change, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I would have been in the same spot, just hoping and not necessarily doing anything about me feeling a certain way about about my future or whatever.
Mm, yeah. I just had a friend reach out for some advice. He's about to invest in himself for some like building his brand online, stuff like that. And the program is like 6.5K. And he's like, Jack, should I do this or not? 6.5K. I was like, what is the worst thing that happens if you do this and it doesn't work? You lose 6.5K. That sucks.
Yeah,
But if you're being realistic with yourself, it was a 6 month program. If you are fully focused on building your brand for the next 6 months, and you spend 6.5K, do you think you're going to grow? Yes or no? Yes. Of course he's going to grow. And
yeah,
so that's what I told him. Like, dude, at the worst case scenario, you paid 6.5K to focus on your own growth and you will grow from it. Let's say it doesn't work, but just your effort alone for 6 months, is it going to take you further? It will.
yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what you just saw, Dejan, like having your back against the wall a little bit to force that growth is what's required sometimes to take you into the next season.
For sure. And I add one thing too, is like it's a good pressure that I was able to put on myself as well too, because I heard this quote or this saying. It was like, there's this guy, his dog was on the porch, but the dog was basically like crying or whatever like that, and the neighbor or whatever, a neighbor like let's say like the Amazon driver came and dropped off a package, so it was an old man and the dog, and the
Mm,
dog was just crying, and the guy came up was like, hey, why your dog crying? Like, what is he okay? He's like, if it hurts bad enough, he'll move, right? So being able to understand that I didn't want to get in that situation that, hey, now I'm down bad, I'm hurting. Now let me go do something about it, right? I wanted to be in before that and understand that, hey, I can dig my well before I'm thirsty type of thing,
mm,
right? So I didn't want that pressure to come on later on, and then now I'm like, man, I wish I would have done it. I didn't want to live in no regret. I didn't want to live in regret, and I know that, hey, life is going to happen regardless of anything.
mm,
So how can I prepare myself, right? So I say that example because a lot of times people just say they want to move on, they want to do this, they want to do that, but until something really hits them, then that's when they're going to really start to move on. And I didn't want to be in that situation that something had to hit me in my life that, all right, hey, now I want to get into tech, right? I want to be able to be just prepared.
mm. If it hurts bad enough, he'll move.
Yeah,
That's a quote right there, man. That's good. Um, well, dude, I'm so proud of you. You're not gonna be a stranger. You're part of Sword. Like you've got me on speed dial now. So excited for you to start your job on Monday. That's huge.
sir.
You got the training for the new SDR stuff, right? Did you get access to that yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. And then yeah, once you're in your role, you just hit me up right away if you're running into any issues, and I'll be right there. And
Sure.
yeah, for the listeners, guys, if you are like Dejan, you want to do something new, don't wait until it's too late. Make the move. I've got 2 resources below. You can join our free school community to get a free guide of how to break into tech sales. But if you want to do what Dejan did, 33 days, 2.5x his income, there's another link down there to meet with my team. And you spoke to Joel, and Joel was able to help you reframe some stuff. And I don't know,
Absolutely.
you probably wouldn't be here without that. So,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
yeah, man, congrats. I'm super proud of you.
Absolutely. And one thing I would say, one tip to you guys out there is make sure you close the interview. That's the biggest thing as well too. Closing the interview. Closing the interview is letting them know that, hey, I'm serious, but also like it just separated me because when I did that my first time, she let me know that I was the only person that really did that
Mm,
in the interview process, right? So
dang.
having that confidence
Dang, man. Yeah, close the interview every time. You're so
every
right.
time.
Can I close us in prayer? Is that cool?
Sir. Yep.
Awesome. God, you're the best. Thank you for faith. Thank you for uncomfortable faith. Thank you that you actually test our faith to see if we're going to get uncomfortable and believe that the plans you have for our life are greater than the life we're currently living. And I just thank you for the faith you've given Dejan. I thank you for the favor you're going to put over his career. And God, I thank you so much for the work ethic that you've sowed into his heart and that his family, his future family, is going to reap the rewards of his hard work in this season. God, we love you and we thank you and we pray that you get all the glory from Dejan's success in his career. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.